Barik to all the audience.
Good afternoon. I am pleased to welcome and introduce today's eminent speaker, Professor S.K. Barik, Director, CSIR-National Botanical Research Institute, which is well known as in short form is the NBRI, Lucknow. On behalf of Postgraduate Department of Botany, Ramakrishna Mission, Vivekananda Centenary College, Rahoda. Professor Barik, before joining NBRI, he was the head and botany and Center for Advanced Studies in Botany in Northeastern Hill University, Shillong. He is truly an outstanding scholar both in teaching as well as in research. He is an eminent ecologist, actively engaged in wide aspects of ecology, particularly forest ecology in different approaches. Sorry, some noise is there. Sorry. Particularly our induction program for postgraduate students of botany. Professor Barik.
Thank you, Biswajit Ghoshji, and
There's some problem maybe in audio.
Maybe with the internet connection, some issue.
Internet connections.
can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
You can hear me?
Yes, sir. Now you are audible.
So one thing I'm doing, I'm just getting the other connection. Give me 1 minute. I'll get this. This one is not stable.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sorry for this interruption, and because there is some.
শোনা যাচ্ছে? আমরা শুনতে পাচ্ছেন?
শুনতে পাচ্ছি।
হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে।
He may be locked out, maybe some net problem.
হুম।
Locked out again joining. Maybe his internet very weak. When
connection
on the
is not-
video, very weak for this purpose. When you on the video, full signal I think. Actually, today this my whole country some very strong network. For this purpose, everywhere when from morning I also getting this news everywhere. Mobile phone not also working.
I think it will be short out shortly. It will be short out very short time. I think he is trying.
So this technical issue, na, these are not in our hands, na. We have to.
Got it? Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, perfectly.
Can hear.
My apology for this.
No, sir.
My apology for this wrong connection. Start my video. Okay. Yeah. नहीं हो रहा है ना? Start video. अभी गड़बड़ है. काट दीजिए. रहने दीजिए. Let it be there. Okay. So nowadays these webinars are the only way to communicate, and unfortunately the communication system is yet to really come up to the mark. So that's why all these hiccups are always there. Sorry for that. Well, Swamiji, the principal of the college, and Dr. Biswajit Ghosh and Dr. Abhi Kumar Chaudhary and other colleagues in the Ramakrishna Mission Centenary College. Let me first welcome the new entrants, the new students who have taken admission to the botany course. It is my pleasure and privilege to be amongst you. So I will just talk. Sorry, just I would like to a very important Chief Secretary's phone. I will just come back quickly. 2 minutes. Yeah. Hello. 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 Oh. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sorry, it was a very important meeting we were supposed to hold, so I couldn't avoid this telephone. Yeah.
No problem.
Students, now I will come straight to the students. Thank you for introducing me so nicely, Biswajit ji. And let me start with plant science. You see, as you know, the capacity to do photosynthesis, the main source of food for the entire humanity or in the animal kingdom, that is the plants. So feel proud to be a plant scientist first, because the moment you join as an MSc botany student, you have embraced the plant kingdom, and we all should feel proud, because only the professional people, that is the botanist or the plant scientists, they feed the world, they feed the whole animal kingdom. So as a plant scientist or a student of plant science, you must feel proud, first thing. Number two, when we talk about the plant science, then many things come to our mind, that whether I should pursue a career in the research, or I should be an administrator, or I should be a teacher, or I should be a scientist, or a researcher, or even you can be a simple entrepreneur, or you can be a farmer. So all these opportunities are there. So how do you decide that where to go, what should you study? Let me tell you first, when we talk about the plant science, gone are the days when we are talking that yes, you are a molecular biologist, or you are a taxonomist, or you are an ecologist, you are a reproductive biologist, you are a lower plants group specialist, or you are a angiosperm specialist. You see, each and every subject has its own charm. So I will not say that this subject is good or this subject is bad. I say all the subjects are good, but you have to excel in that field. So if you want to excel in any field, that field will give you back in exponential series or in exponential manner. So don't think that I am a molecular biologist, I have an advantage, and he is a taxonomist, he has the less advantage. It is nothing like that. Whatever subject you like, take it. Because plant science is a big world. Under that, so many, whether it is the biochemistry, it is the enzymology, or it is the simply, even today we talk about the, forget about the DNA, but we talk about the mRNA, what is its role to play, genetic engineering. So any subject you take, you have to do the best. That should be our objective. And if you want to be a good scientist, then you have to understand all these subjects. Then only you can decide a better way which one you should pursue for your future career. Let me tell you, when we say that we have admitted in the MSc botany, remember that this is the entry point. Just I can say an analogy, like you can say you have taken now admission in, say for example, class 7 or class 8. So that is the thing. So in MSc, you will know, you will be exposed to the whole world, that is the plant world. It starts from, as you know, the biotic spectrum. So it starts from the small, DNA, and it goes up to the biosphere, So that is starting from the DNA, means it is a DNA plus histone protein, it comes to the chromosome, after that nucleus, after the nucleus, you will find that cells, then a group of cells that become the tissue, then after the tissue, the organs, organism, population, communities, ecosystem, landscape, then biosphere. So this is the series of the biotic organization, we say, or this is the basis of understanding of the science of biology. So it is not different for the plants or the animals. And when we talk about the individuals and the populations, communities, beyond that, it is the macro level analysis. And if you see that cell and subcellular level organizations, those are the micro level understanding, you have to do that. So whether you do the micro level, that is also, it is, though it is said that it is micro level, but a lot of complexities are also there. And imagine when you see a particular ecosystem or a landscape, whether you are going through a forest or the vast ocean, imagine the complexities. How many organisms are there? How many species are there? What is the texture size? Such a huge complexity. How do they interact among themselves? Biotic components are there, abiotic components are there. They interact with each other, and finally they give a structure and a function of an ecosystem. So imagine, it is so complex, whether at the macro level or it is the micro level. You have to study in depth, and for that we have the different branches. Say for example, if you are interested, interaction between the plants and the microbes. So gone are the days microbiology was being studied only for the within the microbiology domain. That means you identify the new bacteria or the say new fungus or so on and so forth, but or virus. But now it is the interaction between the plant and the microbe. It is the interaction between the animal and the microbes, and those interactions are there. So my point is, unless you understand both the world properly, it is difficult for you to get the benefits of this, say for example, plant microbe interaction. So that's why we do not say that. At times I say the students that you see, most of our biological students who comes to the biology, I ask invariably in the first class, how many of you have come to plant science or botany M.Sc by choice? Believe me, even now I think you will also agree with me, not a single hand will raise. So that means by compulsion, you did not get medicine, admission in medicine, you didn't get any other things, you are very scared of mathematics, so you didn't go to the physics, chemistry, mathematics group, so you came to the chemistry, biology, geology group, and somehow, sir, I am studying botany because I got selection in botany. Please don't think from today onwards that way. You have come to the botany, and once you love it, you love the subject will give you a lot of things to you. We are the botanists, but we do the mathematical modeling. We do the spatial modeling, starting from the imagery interpretation from the satellites which are revolving around the earth 850 kilometers from you, and those images which come, we analyze them and we utilize them for the human welfare. So the models you do, can you predict that, say for example, today is 2020, what will be our population size 2100, and at that time what will be the food requirement, so that we can ensure food security to the population which we will have. So all these things, the prediction are the modeling. So modeling, you will see that it's not that difficult. Don't be afraid that yes, I cannot do. If you decide that yes, I will study any subject it comes, you can master. So my point is, plant science in isolation, like physiology, biochemistry, molecular biology, ecology, and you can say that cell biology, or it is the reproductive biology, or it is, you can say, the lower plants diversity, higher plants diversity. Those were the conventionally we are classifying, and now also we are following that pattern. But today the time has come. Say for example, I will give you the example of ecology. I am supposed to study from individual or ecology, population, population ecology, community, community ecology. So you know that these are the different hierarchical organization. So where you will find that a group of individuals belonging to the same species, they form a population, you know that. From your BSc, you know that. Or a group of populations which are interacting among themselves, they form a community. So like that. But today the ecology we do, chemical ecology we do, molecular ecology we do, population ecology we do, ecosystem ecology we do. So you will see that with time the subjects evolve, and within a particular discipline, several sub-disciplines are there. But you have to, when you try to give a solution to the problem which humanity is facing, this is good that when you are compartmentalized and you develop science, deep science, that is good. But when you try to solve a problem of humanity, that time all these disciplines, they have to work together. forget about the disciplines within the plant science, but also you have to take the techniques and technologies from chemistry, you have to take the technologies from mathematics, so that you can do a very good sophisticated model which will predict close to the reality. So that's why we say that if you want to study plant science, don't keep any inhibition in your mind. That is my first advice to you. If you are weak in mathematics, doesn't matter. You have many other options are there. And one particular person cannot be authority of all the subjects. If you do not like mathematics, no worry. You have several other options are there. If you do not like chemistry, no problem. You have many other things are there to learn. But whatever you like, you choose yourself. And then you go deeper into that. And I always say, if you give 20%, say for example, or 80% to your subject, the subject will refund you, I tell you, in multiplication of 10 times. Be assured that. But you have to be sincere, honest, and committed to your subject. Try to understand at this level. I am sure in the Ramakrishna Mission Centenary College, you must have the special paper. In the last semester might be, I do not know. I didn't get an opportunity to interact with your teachers. I'm sorry for that. But the specialization starts from the fourth year or your second year or fourth semester, whatever the system is. That time you choose your topic very carefully and select the option. So now I will tell you what are the utilities and what are the careers first, then I will come to the subject. If you see the careers, a botanist can go to any subject. Even you will find in the agricultural sciences, a botanist can contribute a lot. Say for example, while designing an agroforestry system, where you will find the agricultural crops are also growing, at the same time trees are also there. If the trees are there, then soil loss will not be there, and also you will find the shading is such that crops, they do not reduce their productivity. So at the same place you will find, whether it is along the bond or it is a mixed cropping, you will find that agroforestry system where a botanist requirement is there. Or say for example, if you are studying the microbiology, your role will be everywhere, because you know plant viruses are there. Microbes are classified both way, whether he is a zoologist or a microbiologist or a botanist, you can always study the microbiology. Today is the age of endophytes. Say for example, I will tell you what are these endophytes. You know that microbial community is there always in the soil system. And if you see that the soil health is good in a particular system, these microbial communities, they play a major role to make the soil healthy. So if the soil is healthy, naturally the productivity will be high. But how do these microbes they interact? So these microbes, not only they take part in the different biogeochemical cycles like nitrogen or phosphorus, to that matter sulfur. So all these biogeochemical cycles, these microbes that take part, they have a role to play. They enhance the biochemical reactions which are going on in the soil or even inside the plant body. They enhance the rate of the reaction, and in the process you will find that the degradation of the organic materials, they become faster, and in the process you will find also the specific roles they have to play in these different cycles also. So that's how they give the crop productivity, a very good crop productivity they give it. But nowadays what we are studying, all these things have been studied long back. So what we are studying now, say for example a plant is there, and this is a very important medicinal plant. And this medicinal plant, say for example, it is giving you curcumin. Say I will just give you an example of haldi, that is the turmeric. You know that curcuma longa, every day we eat in our curry. So for example, the curcumin is its active compound. But you find sometime that a particular microbe, which there are, millions of microbes are there in the soil system, and the root system of the plant is there. So the issue is, just imagine, out of those thousands or millions of the microbes, one of them will go up to the stem, and it will be playing an important role in enhancing the secondary metabolite contents or the active biocompounds, which, as I said, as a curcumin in the curcuma longa. So it enhances. So what is this? What is this mechanism? So the science of plant science is basically, into that matter, any plant, any science, the understanding the mechanism, why it is so. So why? So why it is so? So there are thousands of organisms are there in the soil. One of them is getting through the system, through the root system it goes. So what pump it is using exactly? How does it go? And what signaling mechanism is working that the plant is taking it in? So this is the question which a plant scientist try to resolve. So for that, you must be a secondary metabolite specialist. You must know that what are the different components of the curcumin or other secondary metabolites. Number one. Number two, the pathway. What is the pathway, that metabolic pathway it follows? How this curcumin is produced? Which biosynthetic pathway it follows? You must know it. Then what is the mechanism? Say for example, there is a very environment, ecological, you can say, interaction between the plant root and the microbes interaction is there. So you'll find there are a lot of rules. There are three mechanisms they want actually, they play their role. So what is that signaling mechanism which is coming from the cell within the root system, and it is giving the signal to the microbes, and microbe is getting entry into the plant system. So these are very interesting things. So don't think that anything you take, any problem you take, once you go deeper into that and how to unresolve that problem, that is the what scientist has to do. So if you would like to do this type of work, then you should prepare, because through this only you can help the humanity to give them a good medicine or a good secondary metabolite which will helpful for the health benefits or for the nutritional purpose or for for the cosmeceutical purpose. So many things they are used. So one thing is you must decide what discipline attracts you. As I said you now, this story of curcuma, to that matter ginger, to that matter so many medicinal plants are there, whether it is the coptis or it is the withania, so many species are there, and each of them have a markers, compounds are there. 4 compounds we identify nowadays to develop a drug. So that if you want to say that you would like to develop a drug to solve the healthcare problem of the humanity, so identify marker compounds, as I said you, and identify that how to enhance in the plant. So there could be also not only that microbial mediated enhancement, as I said you, through the endophyte mediation. Endophytes means whether it could be a fungi or it could be a bacteria which comes from the soil system, enters into the plant body, and it plays a very important role in the biosynthetic pathways of that particular compound, and you will find that that particular secondary metabolite is produced in enhanced quantity, thereby giving benefit to the pharma industry or for production of the drugs. That is one way. But the same story if I say, you know the biochemical pathway, you know that yes, we need the enhanced quantity of that particular, say for ethanoids, say for example from withania. So if you want more quantity, so how do you do? This is one approach I said, that yes, identify the best performing microbial, whether it is a fungus or it is a bacterium or it is a, those things you identify and inoculate that particular plant with that, so that automatically the desired secondary metabolite gets enhanced. That is one approach. The other approach I will tell you now, which we say that cell culture. So identify the particular gene which is responsible for that and isolate that and get it introgressed or put it in a microbes like yeast or a bacteria which can multiply much faster. So that what happens once the pathway is standardized in this microorganism, that it enhances the production because the gene expresses it and the secondary metabolite of our targeted compound is getting multiplied. So what we can do, that we can put that gene and we use that microbe in that microbe, so that it is yeast or it is a bacteria, we transfer that and multiply in the fermentation and you get the compound. So that is the second approach. The third approach is the genetic engineering. So nowadays it is not only that, as you know, in the central dogma, but also we know that now in addition to the DNA and RNA, whatever we are studying, miRNA is a particular role it is playing also. So we have to identify the promoters, we have to identify the genes, and accordingly we can develop the either transgenics or genome edited plants. So as you know, in genome edited plant means it is not like transgenic where the large, either the gene has to be extragenous from a microbes like your BT cotton and all we have developed, or it could be from the outside the plant of that species from outside. So that is a transgenics. But as you know, today also in India, we do not have the regulatory system which approves the edible or the food crops. Transgenic food crops are not allowed in India. But non-food crops like cotton, they are allowed. So you can take a transgenic approach. Say for example, in NBRI, I will tell you now, NBRI, as you know, just I will come back to the story. NBRI is the, as you already introduced, that it has all the branches of botany. And we have scientists working in different areas. So what we do, we go to the field, forests, we search for the new species, we search for the new molecules by bioprospection, and also we search for new genes. So I will give you one example. One edible fern is there where it was found that white fly, the small white flies, they do not sit on that particular fern. So our scientists investigated it and they found a gene which we say TMA12 gene. So that gene is responsible for production of a protein which does not allow, or if the white fly sits on it, it becomes paralyzed. So the white fly doesn't sit on that. So what our scientists they did, they isolated that gene from that edible fern and they introgressed it in the cocoa variety of cotton. So in the cotton, when we put it inside the transgenics we developed, and the transgenic cotton, you will find throughout other normal cotton plants, these white flies, they are attacking and they are really making damage to the plant. But in case of this transgenic plant, not a single white fly sits. So imagine that is the beauty of science. You go, you search for taxonomic inventory, very good. You are reporting a new species to the science, to the entire in the world, that species was not known before. That part is going on in taxonomy. You are taking up the revisionary studies, you are giving the nomenclature, all these things are the classical taxonomy which you are doing. But the same taxonomist who has a motto to serve the humanity, he was seeing that yes, there is a problem of the cotton cultivators. White fly is damaging the crop like anything, at times 40%, 50%. Our productivity is low, very low, only 500 tons per hectare in comparison to Australia, 2000 tons per hectare, sorry, 2000 quintals per hectare. So all these things when we talk, that is the humanity or welfare for the humanity, a taxonomist tried and he found that this is the plant which can give a solution. And then the next group of people who are doing the bioprospection, they did it, they identified that particular gene, and then the another group is there who does on that genetic engineering, so they introgress that gene, and finally now we have a product. Now from the cocoa variety, that is the, you can say, not so high yielding variety, we are going for the high yielding variety where this gene will be implanted. Say for example, there are 7 enemies are there to this cotton plant. They are the insects. So we are now stacking the genes, like we have the TMA12 gene of ours. So you will find that we have Cry1-SC and Cry1-EC. We have also Cry1-EC is our own NBRIs and Cry1-SC was the Monsanto. So that is now deregulated. So we are stacking these 3 genes so that all the 7 insects will be out of the damaging the cotton crop. So like that, the genetic engineering helps us in developing the crops which will help us in enhancing the productivity. Same way we'll see the drought resistance. The climate change is happening, but who will give the solution? The climate change happens means, as you know, as you go up in the mountain also temperature will rise. So as the temperature rises, a plant either he has to migrate up and up to the elevation, otherwise he has to develop an adaptation feature or he has to die. So although, as you know from the fitness, Darwin's theory, nobody would like to die, so naturally they will adapt or they will migrate, or and through this process the speciation starts. Very interesting stories. Evolutionary story starts from like this to the adaptation. So forget that line. Now I'll come back to the climate change. Say for example, we want to develop the crops which are climate resistant. Say for example, because of the changing climate, we will have the erratic rainfall, high temperature, enhanced carbon dioxide, enhanced ozone. So all these things, everybody or all the plants will not be able to survive. So here comes the role of the botanists. You have to identify the right plant. Say for example, as we know, we have the models. That's what I'm telling. All the sciences are intermingled. Say for example, we have to do the modeling that what will be the climatic condition in 2050, 2080, 2100. So like that, IPCC is there, Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change. So that a lot of studies are conducted, and we do the climate modelings, and we predict that this much will be temperature, this much of will be the ozone, this much of will be the carbon dioxide. So which are the plants they will be able to survive and feed to the humanity. So that is the responsibility of a plant science. So as I said you, if you want to develop the plants, either you can simply select. Say there are so many varieties of rice with us, and we have to search that where are those rice varieties which are growing in the climate where it is hot, also rich in carbon dioxide, also high in ozone content, and also you will find in the drought condition they should survive. So this is we tell it the selection. Simple selection you do it, and those type of varieties when we get it, we try to do multi-location trial. How they are successful or failure. Accordingly, you choose it. Very simple science. Or you identify the character, molecular breeding we do. So through molecular breeding, you can do that also. Or genetic engineering, as I told you, genome editing, a small portion, even a single base pair, if you change ATGC, you change it, and then you will find there is a mutation, and that is close to natural mutation, and you will find a variety which is useful to you, whether it is a climate resistant or it is a secondary metabolite production is high. So with a small change in a base pair, you are getting a plant which is meeting your objective. So this is the method. In the lowest method is the genome editing. So in the genome editing also you can do that. Molecular breeding after the QTL mapping and the connecting it with the specific trait, you can do also the molecular breeding. We have a very good variety in the CCMB. It is also a CSIR lab in Hyderabad, where the Sambha Masuri rice has been developed through this molecular breeding. So that is helping a lot of people from resistant against a particular fungus. So like that, we have many options. Even we have the gamma radiation also. We are at NBRI, there is a very, NBRI is known for its garden. We have beautiful floral varieties. We develop the beautiful flowers using the gamma radiation. Just simply it is the random mutation through the gamma radiation. Earlier, colchicine, all of you know that you induce the chemical mutation through the colchicine treatment. But nowadays we use the gamma radiation. We have the equipment, so that randomly we give the mutation, and out of that we choose which one is the best, which is best looking flower, whether it is the chrysanthemum, it is the gladiolus, it is so many flower varieties we develop through these. So it is very interesting. So you can develop new varieties, whether using the conventional breeding approach like hybridization, or it is the selection, or molecular breeding, as I said you, or genome editing, or gamma radiation, or it is the through the transgenic. So imagine so many diversity techniques are there which you can learn and serve the population or their needs. Same way you will see that interactions in ecology. What we do, say I will tell an interesting story. And when I tell you that story, it is all fact. So you know that the plants are grazed by the animals. So what is the defense system? How do the plants they save themselves? You must have seen some of them, the various modifications are there. Some of them have developed thorns, and some of them are, you will find that poisons they secrete so many, like aconitum and all. They secondary metabolites, they give so much of that it is poisonous, so nobody eats them. So like that, I will tell you one story. It is a truth actually. There are several species like chlorhodendron and all. So you'll find that they have small glands, we say, that is called extraporal nectaries. So nectars, you must have heard that it is secreted by the flowers. But these are the organs on the stem, on the base of the petiole, base of the leaf. So in other than the floral parts, these glands or these specialized organs are found. So what do? So inside that they have also the nectars, and these nectars, they regularly are secreted, and you will find that the ants are coming. So what happens when the herbivore, say for example the cow comes and eats the leaf, what happens in the process? This EFN, extrafloral nectaries, got ruptured, and once it got ruptured, and also before that it is secreted, so the ants are there. So one situation is there that these ants, because ants are there, so automatically the cow will not come and eat the plant. So that is one strategy of the defense mechanism. But another tritrophic interaction, we say, three trophic levels they interact. Three trophic levels, that means the number of steps through which the particular organism derives its food. So that is called one trophic level. So the tritrophic means, you see, there is a plant where there is a extraforal nectary. The cow came and ate the particular plant, so the extrafloral nectary got ruptured, and it secretes certain VOCs, volatile organic compounds, and these volatile organic compounds goes kilometers away, and for that particular VOC, a particular insect is there which gets attracted, and it comes closer and it bites the cow, and cow vanishes. Imagine. So three organisms are involved. One is the insect, one is the plant, and third one is the cow. So that's why it is called the tritrophic interaction. Is it not interesting? So all these things are the new things what we do in the chemical ecology. How the chemical signaling mechanism they work. So these are the interesting things when you go to any branch of science. You see, taxonomy itself is a beautiful subject. You have to go identify the new plants, give the nomenclature, and nomenclature is so beautiful. You can, suppose you want to respect your teacher, he's a very good taxonomist, name a plant in his name, so that it is so good. No? This is the best tribute you can give to your teacher who has taught you. Same way, the taxonomy is a very beautiful subject. Now we do molecular taxonomy, chemotaxonomy. So everything is diversified. Same way, reproductive biology. It is gone are the days when we are just seeing the stigma or that it is the anther. It is not like that. You have to go to the down below the molecular level to do the deep science. How this, all these things, how specific it is. A particular insect comes for the pollination. What mechanism it works. So all these things are very interesting. Biochemistry has been interesting right from the beginning, whether to unravel the pathways, how it is being produced, or as I said, you ecology in the macro level, the whole world is given. I mean, you have to see that how the sustainability is maintained, sustainable land development, sustainable forestry, sustainable agriculture, sustainable soil management, a big challenge for the ecologists worldwide. How to really take the challenge of the climate change, because millions of people will die unless these plants they adopt, then only they will be able to get the food. So all these things are the ecological sciences, which show any subject you take, they are all cross-talking subjects, not that any subject can be studied in isolation today. You have to see that there are many cross-talking points are there. Unless you unless you unravel all these complexities, you cannot understand science in its true sense. You cannot give the new science. So only thing is, I will complete with this, the scientific world, that yes, India needs creative thinking. India needs original science. I think you know that long back only in science, a scientist working in India got the Nobel Prize, C.V. Raman, long back. Why our Indian scientists are not getting Nobel Prize? The challenge is we have to do original science. We have to do really innovation in research. We cannot live now with the incremental research what we are doing. Somebody has done, I just add 1 point or 0.1. No, that will not do. India has to take its own place in the world. I tell you, India is nowhere inferior. Our boys and girls, our scientists are very intelligent, I tell you. Hard working wise, nobody can compete with Indians. I have seen abroad, anybody you tell, whether they're Americans or Europeans, nobody can compete with us in the hard work. So we have every opportunity, only our systems have to make it very robust so that our scientists they get favorable environment to work. So my students, dear students, I tell you, if you want to be a scientist, huge opportunities are there. I tell you, the future of India is the bioeconomy. It is not any other things. Because we are sitting on the biodiversity rich, you know that one of the topmost biodiversity rich country of the world, and we can do a lot of things. Bioeconomy is the future. So anything you do, convert this biodiversity to bioresources so that we can earn money out of that. We can give the life to the people so India can be a rich country. Coming to the other careers I will just tell you, whether you want to the Indian Forest Service officer, no problem, botany will help you a lot because forest is also a part of botany only. All these new subjects, whether agriculture entomology, soil science, all these things have developed from botany, zoology. These are the two parent subjects, I tell you. And you will see that whether Indian Forest Service you want to join, Indian Agricultural Recruitment Board, agriculture services you want to join in the agriculture universities or ICR system, or even if you are working in the microbial system, whether it is the virus or bacteria, or it is the fungus you want to work, you can work the ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research. There the scientist positions are there. You can always go towards the services like the, you can say, soil conservation departments, or you can work in the department of of space, where you will find a lot of application of the remote sensing imageries for agriculture, forestry, and natural resource management. So opportunities are galore, whether it is the medical, pharmacology. So we develop a lot of medicine in NBRI. So you'll find that first we go the bioprospect and develop through the pharmacognosy group that do that. Then we develop through pharmacology. Finally, we develop the drugs. Again, drug delivery system, there is a big way to do. So you will see that how to develop different types of, say, nanotization. So nanotechnology is there now. So nano is one of the latest mode how we deliver the drugs in the body itself. So many opportunities are there. So it is not the subject it is at fault. We have to orient ourselves. We have to dedicate ourselves. We have to be inquisitive. We have to really ask the questions to our teachers. People say that our teachers, they didn't teach me well. No, it is you are responsible for that. Right? I say always to my students, before I take the class, I will tell you that before class that I will teach you this subject next class. So you must read whatever. Today it is the information age. Just go to the Google and you will find that so much of definitions. Good books are there. Read it and come to the class. Ask the questions to your teacher which you couldn't understand, and your teacher will be happy to explain you. And naturally, people say that teachers are at fault. No, if you don't ask question, then teacher will also not come prepared. He will just go to the market and on the way he will come to the class. But if you ask him critical questions, he is bound to read and come back. So it is that both way. Teachers have to read, teachers have to give latest in the field. Also the students have to read, and the students should ask question to the teachers. It is a two-way mechanism. Then only it will be interesting class. You will be developing a love for the subject. And that's why I say, even same thing I always say. Also, I also didn't like botany in the beginning. I wanted to be a physics person, but I came to the botany. After that, you see, once you come to a subject, you try to love it. And once you love it, you will find that you have a desire to go deeper inside. And once you go deeper inside, automatically you cannot come out. So many journals worldwide, many things you have to know. And you really, if you want to be a scientist, nothing like that. Be a teacher also, because you will build the future of the people. Like all your teachers, you're sitting. I am also a teacher. So you see, to be a teacher, it is a proud thing, but also you must do your duty to be a teacher. We have to read a lot, 3-4 hours daily before we take a class of 1 hour or 2 hours. I think this is the responsibility of our teachers, and teachers also should not stop the research. Always, I know that there are constraints in the colleges, but there are many schemes in the government of India. Always we try to help the teachers, college teachers particularly, so that they come forward, they get at least minimum research support to carry on their research work. And at CSIR, I will be happy if you have any queries, if you want to put the joint projects, or if you want to have some financial support from the different funding agencies, certainly we will be happy to help you. And my dear students, I tell you, plant science is a wonderful world and you will never repent. Only thing is, condition is, whatever you study, do it seriously and be assured that if you study today, you have a bright future tomorrow. But if you do not study seriously, you just superficially study, then nobody can guarantee you a good future. Opportunities are many, plenty. It is up to you to get or to catch those opportunities, and your teachers, I'm sure, since they are doing this induction workshop or seminar or meeting, whatever it may be, this itself says they are serious people and they want to enthuse you to study seriously. So my respect to all the teachers, all the faculty members, principal, for organizing such. Really, this concept is very good. It should be really replicated in all the colleges, all the universities, where the people should be, students should be inspired. Because as I said, many of them get frustrated. Oh, I didn't get this subject of my like, so I have come by force to this subject. They should not feel that way. This also, this as a subject, and this is the subject of future, I tell you. Future, as I told you, whether it is the climate change or it is the bioeconomy, it is in your hand. So we also want that good students should come, visit our labs, visit our institutions. You will see what is NMR doing, what is this, how we estimate, how the, this, what is, you see, earlier in chromosomes we were doing the numbering, counting numbers. Now you just see the flow cytometry is there. It is just a seconds, minutes work. So now in infrastructure wise, in equipment wise, which are much ahead. So I think you should see, you should be inspired, and my best wishes to all of you. Have a bright learning during the next 2 years, and after that qualify for the CSR, JRF net or ICR net, join a research lab, because we need good scientists. If we want to solve thousands of problems of humanity, we need also bright students like all of you. Come, join, and research career will never disappoint you. Or even become a teacher, you will also be a researcher. Or you are in the ICR system, you will be a researcher. Or if you become an IFS officer, also help conserve the biodiversity, help conserve the forest, so that before they are lost forever, we get the benefits as human beings. So beautiful flowers, beautiful ecosystems, beautiful species, whether it is a pitcher plant or it is a beautiful butterfly, this is all in your hand. If you come to this plant science, you have come already. Try to do something for these people also, because they are waiting for you, whether it is a wildlife or a species which is waiting your protection measures. So please, and never repent, rather be a proud botanist. With these words, I thank you again, the college authorities, for inviting me to share my, I have not prepared anything, just extempo I said you, because it is always good to share your own experience with the people. So if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer. Once again, I thank the college authorities, and my best of luck to each one of you. Be a good human being, be a good scientist, be a very, very sincere, honest, and hardworking plant scientist in future. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Barik, for this enriching lecture on your part. Now I would ask the students, so if you have any query or question to ask Dr. Barik, then you can unmute yourself one by one, not all at a time, then we cannot listen to any one of you. You can unmute yourself one by one and you can ask question to our esteemed guest, Dr. Barik. So students, now you can interact with Dr. Barik.
Good evening, Dr. Barik. Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So myself, Somnath Banerjee. I have admitted myself in MSc Botany in Ramkrishna Mission Rahara this year. And as I am a MSc student, what I have felt through my BSc years, that the situation of botany is very bad. And even at class 12 level, students have biology, but they take it as an additional subject and they just read it one night before and come to the exam and score good marks. And when I ask the school students that what you want to be, most of them, 90% students says that they want to do BTech, become an engineer or doctor. And I have been trying to interact with many school students and my juniors as well to improve the condition of botany in my area especially. So what more can I do to inculcate the principles of botany more in the students of the school level, so that they are interested and want to pursue a career future in botany stream?
You are a teacher or you are a student in MSc? I couldn't
No,
get
sir,
you.
I am a student in MSc. This.
Very good. So you see, this is not the problem of subject of botany only. Unfortunately, I must tell that we teachers are responsible for that. The deterioration of a particular interest to a particular subject, the teachers have to be very, 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 careful for this. So that means if you have a love towards botany, that's what you have joined. I tell you, I just go back around 8 years or 10 years before. We had a summer course in Nehu. That time I was in Nehu. So we had a summer course. So around 30 students came from colleges, BSc honors. And the top 5 students in that batch whom we taught during the summer course, they came and they asked, sir, so whether we should go to the microbiology or biotechnology or botany or zoology. This basic question students get. People, what they choose their subject, it is not based upon their liking or disliking. Rather, I will say that it is the what people say. Even during our time, people were talking always, oh, my son, unless you become an IS officer, you are nobody. Imagine that type of social worldview that creates this problem. So that when say that, oh, biology, the same thing, it is not today. It is even when we were studying in way back in the 79, 81, that time also biology was considered. That's what I told. Now I wanted to be a physics honors person because the societal perspective, we should not bother for that. But what I mean to say, as you have come of your own choice to plant science, these type of people are committed, dedicated. So create these type of people as many as possible because you have come by because of your love to plant science. So you will not do injustice to this subject. And once you go, these type of people are there. So the teachers have a very big role to play also. They should not be frustrated. We have to give that knowledge as best as possible. We should not go just give them the knowledge of the textbook. Gone time has changed because they can see from the so we have to go much beyond that to clarify their doubts. It should be interactive. So once you are there, if the good students are passing out and they also understand very well, I think that will start the beginning of the school education. I am 100% agreeable with you. Unless we create a good learning environment in the school level, we cannot get good scientists or good subject specialists in future. So we have to create that bunch first, who will be in the school teachers. They will be the good teachers. Of course, we are organizing various programs under the Jigyansa of CSIR to train the teachers. They come, we give them the training, they work with us for 1 month, 2 months. There are different programs are there. So in the process, we try to enrich their knowledge, we update them, but it is the basic responsibility to enthuse the student, to keep the enthusiasm of the students live. It is the responsibility of teachers. And I thank you for choosing botany and joining the MSc Botany. Thank you.
Sir, myself Niloy Shaha from MSc Botany. I have completed my BSc in this college also, and after that I have joined here for the MSc course. So that, sir, my question is that while studying MSc in botany or any other subjects, there is many of us has a option to that we have to crack CSIR net or any net, the DBT net or whatever it might be. Net, otherwise I cannot, I have no other option. After I have came to MSc in whatever branch it might be, chemistry, botany, whatever it might be, I have to crack the net. So sir, what will be our approach? In what approach shall we study so that after this 2 years long MSc course we can get ready for the CSIR net examination, sir, and go to research work, sir? Please, if you guide us.
Okay. Okay. The question is the net phobia. So that it could be very difficult to clear. So I am scared. If I don't clear, I am gone. The
Yes,
whole
sir.
my career will be this spoiled. First
Yes,
thing
sir.
is throw away this net phobia. Let me tell you very honestly, because nowadays I'm not going, so I can tell you very clearly that I was a question setter for net questions for several years. Okay, so people like us or like your teachers only, we set the questions. So the issue is now, if you have a good syllabus, I will tell you that all your teachers and the head of the department and principal and your university to whom you are affiliated, or if it is autonomous college, nothing like that, you must revise your syllabus every 3 years. And please align the syllabus along with the NET syllabus. That will help a great deal to clear the NET by the students. That is number one. Number two, if you could not qualify for the NET, don't be so much of depressed. In CSIR, I will tell you, I think you know a little bit about CSIR or you don't know. We have 38 national institutions throughout the country. You know the CSIR is the first organization, it is a pre-independence organization. 1943 it was conceived. So the issue is now, we have the, whether you tell it the Swaraj tractor, or it is the election, the ink you are using, or it is the Amul milk powder, or it is the our aeroplane which is flying, it is recently the all these things are the CSIR. Starting from the agriculture up to the aerospace, we have all 38 institutions. So in each lab you will find more than 100 scientists working, more than 250 technical staff there working. We have 100 plus projects running by the different scientists. We have the project assistants, PA2 we say, PA1 we say. For that we don't need net get. You get a little bit less money, but yes, you have to appear the interview. You have to look for our sites. Say for example, for the biological sciences, if you are botany student, we have, these are the institutions which you can remember, in whether it is the DBT, DST or CSIR, you can remember. One is our CSIR-National Botanical Research Institute. One is CSIR, Central Institute for Medicinal and Aromatic Plant. Both of these institutions are in Lucknow only. Indian Institute of Toxicological Research, there also we take the molecular biologists. So where now also I am director, both the institution I am holding now. So now the next institution, CCMB, Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, Cell and Molecular Biology, Hyderabad. Or you can say that Institute of Himalayan Bioresources, your IHBT, that is Palampur in Himachal Pradesh. IBSD in Northeast India, Manipur, it is a DBT institute. National Institute of Plant Genomic Research, NIPGR Delhi, that is in Delhi, that is again another DBT institute. And then we have in case of suppose some of you are from Rajasthan or Gujarat, so Kutch. So there we have institute that is called the Salt and Marine Land Research Institute, CMCRI. So like that throughout the country, in Northeastern Institute in Jorhat, we have that. So like that you have the different labs. Please go through those websites of these institutions. I am sure, at least from my institutions, every month there will be 3-4 projects advertised, and you will find 7-8 students are taken in. So if you see that, if we have around 40, so around you can say 200 students from the net get qualified students, if we have the equal number of students. Say for example, another 200 students will be from the non-net category, but they are working in the labs, and we register them. After 1 year of the full-time project work, you will be entitled for ACSI registration. Or I have MOU with at least 40-45 universities throughout the country. You can be registered anywhere. So don't think that if you fail to qualify NET, you should qualify NET. That is first thing. It is not that difficult. You must qualify. If you don't also qualify, don't bother too much. There are so many other opportunities. Join, learn. Even the lab students, the project students, they at times do far better than the net qualified students also. So it is up to you at what stage you will do contribute most. Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, I want to be a plant taxonomist and I want to work in BSI, Botanical Survey of India. So, how I study to join BSI?
Very good. You see, whatever research institutions you want to go, the first gateway is the PhD. I will advise, quickly go, pass your MSc. Even in your MSc, if you have a project work, we have the systems in CSR labs. You can join as the for the project work, we receive applications. You come, work in our lab, and submit your project dissertation. So from there, your relationship with the research lab relationship starts. So if you have a PhD, that will be good and easier for you to go to whether it is the Botanical Survey of India, or as a scientist of the Ministry of Environment and Forest, or scientist of Department of Biotechnology, or it is the CSR scientist, or it is the DBT institution scientist. So it is preferred that you must have a PhD, because once you are in the job, your PhD quality doesn't, you cannot maintain actually. So I will advise do the PhD in taxonomy. Yes, I must say that they are trying to expand their areas, because the director BSI is a very good friend of mine for last 30 years. So many new positions should come up in the next 1 year. Even in my institute itself, we will have around another 45-50 positions are being advertised regular interval. So scientist positions are not there is not the fact. Positions are there, but the right persons we don't get. So if you want to be a taxonomist, very good. After getting the taxonomy, you have to very specialize whether you are going to monocot, dicot, gymnosperm, or what group. You have to specialize in one group. Then only you can spread as you grow up in your ladder, in your career, you can spread your areas to different groups. But you have to first to choose in a taxonomy what problem you are going to do. So if you want to take up a particular genus or a particular species complex, or it is the chemotaxonomy, or you can take up the, but you should go for the traditional taxonomy, because we have very less number of people are there now, and BSI will certainly would love to take the traditional taxonomists who can identify the plants starting from nomenclature. You can see the, we have to write the revisionary studies, we have to write the monographs, plus inventing the new species, new records to India. So all these things are there in taxonomy, huge opportunities. I say that no subject has less opportunity. It is up to you. So please, after your MSc, try to join a research lab or a university where you can complete your PhD, identify a good area to work, and a good teacher you identify, and you join. Then after 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years of your, if you can submit your PhD, nothing like that after that, or before you submitting, you search a job and get into it. Okay, whether it is a BSI or research labs like us, you can join anywhere. Also, university has a lot of opportunities. Gone are the days we had a few universities. Today we have more than 800 universities. ISERs are there, NICERs are there, Indian Institute of Science is there. So don't be restricted. Don't feel that only a few opportunities we have. Lot of opportunities, positions are vacant, but you have to be a good scientist or a good worker. Then only people will take you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So any more questions from the students? So if not, then I would like to thank Dr. Barik for his talk. It has been very inspirational, not only with regard to gain of knowledge, but also the way he has inspired our students to go ahead with botany. I would also like to thank our principal for arranging this webinar. And it's a great opportunity for our students to hear Dr. Barik. And I would also like to thank our PG coordinator, Dr. Bishwajit Ghosh, who has worked behind this program. And lastly, but not the least, I am thankful to all the students who have participated in this lecture, without whom this session may not have been as successful as it has been. So I once again thank Dr. Barik for giving us this valuable time. We could easily identify as to how busy he is, but still, since he have given this time to my students, I have no words to express my thanks to him. So thank you, sir, once again for delivering this lecture to my students. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you all, and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Sir, actually, Professor Barik, you are telling that our students are very eager regarding this project work and also internship. this UG students are do internship different institutes. Sir, if you help and permit, send our good UG and also PG students who want to project, they want to go, sir, your institute.
Just write a letter to the director, CSIR
Yes, sir.
National Botanical Research Institute, Lucknow. Email is,
Yes.
you can get it on our website,
Yes,
director at nbri.res.in. Send a letter of intent, then I'll pass on to our people. They will come back to you. There might be
sir.
some fees is there because
Yes, sir.
this is the government's rule, but I think it is not very high, so
Yes,
that
sir.
you can get a first-hand experience and you can join. Also, I will encourage all the teachers of your college, apply for the funding agencies for the develop some very good proposals, and you can always submit to CSIR, DBT, DST, so that it will be really, we look forward good projects from the colleges, because unless the college research and teaching is strengthened, our future of the students is really bleak. So we want
Right.
to enhance the capacity of our college teachers. So please feel free. I know that at times they say that, oh, you have to come from college, but it is not like that. Not always bad people are there. There will be some good people also, always, to encourage you people. So please
Yes, sir.
do apply in your areas, and so that we work in a very congenial atmosphere, so that nobody feels that, yes, it is not possible for me. Everything is possible, but only thing you have to try. And I will at least help you. But I just a simple question: how did you know me? Because I don't know anybody from your college, and how this invitation came, I was just wondering. So I thought that after 1 month, since there was no response, I thought that today I kept some engagement, other engagement today.
No, sir.
Yes, that is, sir, they are waiting. So how did you know me? From where you got my
Yes, sir. I got that you are a good teacher in Nehu. I got information, and after that, they told that you are in the director of NBRI, and then
Okay.
just directly approach you that we want you to as a resource person in this program, because we are.
Yeah, fact is, because I love teaching, I love the students, and that's why even if I didn't know you, I agreed immediately. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
sir. Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Vishwas
You
Babu,
please,
anything you want?
please tell them to write, and once it comes, I will certainly see how best we can collaborate. Okay? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, sir. I will contact with you in different approaches. Particularly, we are interested about the medicinal plants in different aspects. Particularly, I am interested for northeast plants. Particularly, lots of northeast plants are not explored in the field of tissue culture. I am basically working in the tissue culture and conservation, in vitro conservation. So I will approach you for this purpose.
Most welcome. As you know, I spent 30 years my life in Northeast, and I was not confined to Nehu. I always, you will see that 20 days, at least 10 days in a month, I will be somewhere in the forest inside. So after I joined here, you know what I did? At least what I surveyed and what I bioprospected in my those 3 decades, I converted them into the very good medicines here. So now we have at least 6 patents and very good medicines out of those Northeast plants. So it is a good gesture by you. Choose it, select it, and continue to work. It will be very good. Particularly those threatened species. I had a project which I was collaborating with 37 institutions of this country. I was the national coordinator. Huge project of DBT. We conserved 100 threatened species. One of them had only one individual left, Ormosia robusta. We multiplied them and we saved that species. That was endemic to India only. In Arunachal Pradesh and Bangtinali, only one tree was left. So like that, you will find many interesting stories. Work on that, whether it is tissue culture, macropropagation, micropropagation, anything, cell culture, up, and you will really enjoy botany and you will contribute a lot to the human welfare. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, I also want to a collaboration with your groups. Is possible?
Yeah,
I can
let
communicate.
us be in touch. Let us be in touch, and we'll see that what can be done. Send a mail to me. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I am taking leave. Thank you all.
Yes, sir, if you don't mind, if you have cell number, it is not I disturb. I just I can directly talk.
Disturb me. I will welcome, but after 10 o'clock night. So don't feel anything bad. Even 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you can always call me.
Okay, sir. If you tell
Not
your
before 10
number.
o'clock. 94361.
Just 1 second, sir.
94361
Yes, sir.
00
Yes, sir.
688.
688. Yes, sir. 94361 00688. Yes, sir.
This is my Shillong number, and if you can take down another number, 7617
7617.
00
Yes, sir.
1965.
1965.
Yeah. Thank you and bye. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Namaste, sir. Namaste.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so now we can conclude our session. So thank you everyone for joining in. Now we can end the session.
স্যার লিভ করে গেছে। হ্যাঁ, স্যার তো লিভ করে।
হ্যাঁ,
ঠিক
স্যার
আছে।
বেরিয়ে গেছে।
হ্যাঁ, যাক ভালোই হলো। বিষয় কেমন কেমন হলো স্যার?
ভালো হয়েছে খুব, মানে
ঠিক আছে।
আমি তো এনজয় করেছি খুব। আমি জানি না ছেলেরা কি এনজয় করেছে।
হ্যাঁ স্যার, ভালোই বলেছেন। সব অ্যাসপেক্টে টাচ করেছেন। খুব বেশি যে ডেপথে গেছেন তাও নয়, যাতে সবাই বুঝতে পারে সেভাবেই বলেছেন।
কিন্তু ভালো বলেছেন, মানে একটা ওয়াইড স্পেকট্রামে বলেছেন তো, যে
হ্যাঁ,
বোটানির কোনো একটা স্পেশাল পেপার বা কোনো একটা টপিক নিয়ে উনি বলেননি। এটা একটা পজিটিভ দিক, কারণ এটা স্টুডেন্টদেরকে এটলিস্ট তো অনেকটাই বুস্ট করবে আশা করা যায়।
সেই এটা ঠিক সেমিনার নয়, এটা একটা জাস্ট মোটিভেশন। উনি যে বড় টিচার, উনি আর কোন সাবজেক্টে ঢোকেনি টিপে, কিন্তু উনি
আসল প্রবলেমটা নিয়ে ডিল করেছে, যে করতে এসে কারোর ইচ্ছে ছিল না।
সেই
আজকে এই লোকগুলো যে যারা বটানি পড়ে আজকে এরকম পিকে পৌঁছে গেছে, আপনি তো খবরটা আপনাকে বলবো আমি, সেটা হচ্ছে আমাদের দুজন এক্স স্টুডেন্ট এবার 2% অফ দ্য স্ট্যানফোর্ড ইউনিভার্সিটি যেটা রেকগনাইজড হয়েছে, তার মধ্যে আমাদের বটানির দুজন আছে।
তাই নাকি? জানতাম না তো।
হ্যাঁ, তো এই যে ওয়ার্ল্ড সায়েন্টিস্টের লেভেলের মধ্যে দুজন এসেছে, একজন হচ্ছে মনোজ প্রসাদ, এনআইপিজিআর।
ও আচ্ছা, মনোজ প্রসাদ আমাদের তো, হ্যাঁ মনোজ প্রসাদ,
হ্যাঁ এক্স স্টুডেন্ট, এবং ও তো এসেছিল আমাদের এখানে। আর একজন হচ্ছে এখন ক্যালকাটা ইউনিভার্সিটিতে আছে, কৃষ্ণেন্দু আচার্য।
ও কৃষ্ণেন্দু বাবু আমাদেরও ছাত্র। ও বাবা।
হ্যাঁ, তো দুজন। আমার আরেকজন আছে এবার ইয়ে পেয়েছে, আপনাদের ওই আইএসআই যে ডিরেক্টর আছেন ডক্টর সঙ্গমিত্রা ম্যাডাম, ওনার যে হাজবেন্ড আছে
উজ্জ্বল বাবু। হ্যাঁ,
উনিও এবার কিন্তু যাদবপুর থেকে, মানে উনি এই ওয়ার্ল্ড 2% এর মধ্যে এসেছেন।
উনিও আমাদের ছাত্র, উনিও আমার ছাত্র।
ফিজিক্সের ছাত্র।
হ্যাঁ, এবার হচ্ছে কি, আমিও এটা উজ্জ্বল বাবুরটাও শুনেছিলাম। আর আরেকজন ছিল ওই যে আইএসআই এর আগের ডাইরেক্টর ছিল, শঙ্কর সেন। তিনিও আমাদের ফিজিক্সের ছাত্র। তিনি তো ইন্ডিয়ার মধ্যে টপ পেস্ট, মানে ওনারই হাইয়েস্ট সাইটেশন 200 না কত একটা, ওটা শুনেছিলাম যে শঙ্কর বাবু হাইয়েস্ট সাইটেশন।
আমরা একটা তাহলে মহারাজ কলেজটা খুলে আপনি একটা এনাদেরকে একটা ফেলিসিটেট করুন, নট ওয়েবিনার, একদম পিওর, মানে এটা কিন্তু অ্যাজ এ কলেজের তরফ
না, কি করে ওয়েবিনার ফিজিক্যাল তো হবে না, ওয়েবিনার করতে হবে।
না একটু ওয়েট করুন, যদি খোলে মহারাজ, কারণ
কিছু থাকে না এই সব
ওয়েবিনারে ফেলিসিটেট করাও অসুবিধা।
ভূতের মতন বসে থেকে কিছু লাভ হয় না, ওটা লাইট হয়ে যায়।
আর একটা ওই অ্যাটাচমেন্টের কোথাও একটা কর্ডিয়াল অ্যাটাচমেন্টের কোথাও একটা মনে হয় ঠিক হয়ে ওঠে না।
আমরা মানে এটা একটা নাই মামার চেতে কানা মামা আর কি, যা বলে না একটা প্রবাদ আছে।
এখনকার জন্য খুবই ভালো, কিন্তু আমাদের জন্য একটা কলেজের পক্ষে এটা ব্রেড, একটা কলেজের যদি 4 জন
না সে তো কলেজে, আর ধরুন একটা ওরা আমাদের আলমা মাটার, একটা আমাদেরই কলেজের সঙ্গে স্টুডেন্ট, তাকে কলেজে আনলাম না, তাহলে কি হলো? ওটা তো অনার নয়, ওটা অনার নয়, দিস ইজ নট অনার।
এবং এটা রিকগনাইজ কেউ করে না। একটা স্ট্যানফোর্ড ইউনিভার্সিটি তাদের পাবলিকেশন এবং সাইটেশন,
আর এটা ওয়ার্ল্ড র্যাঙ্কিং রে বাবা, এই তো পাতি ইন্ডিয়া নয়, ওয়ার্ল্ড র্যাঙ্কিং। এই ধরুন এই শঙ্কর বাবুর ওয়ার্ল্ডে পজিশন 215। আর ভেবে দেখুন না, 215 ওই ফিল্ডে, মানে আর্টিফিশিয়াল ইন্টেলিজেন্স অ্যান্ড ইমেজিং, মানে এটা একটা ইমার্জিং ফিল্ড, মানে কত সায়েন্টিস্ট, মানে লক্ষ সায়েন্টিস্ট। তা এই হচ্ছে ব্যাপার। তা সেই জন্য, আর আপনি কৃষ্ণেন্দু বাবুর কথা বলছেন, আর এই যে এর কথা বলছেন মনোজ প্রসাদ, হ্যাঁ এই যে সবাইকে ডাকবো। আরো একটু আমি সবাইকে খোঁজ করুন। আর ওই যে 4 জন বেরোলো, আরো আছে, মানে খোঁজ করতে হবে।
আমি তো ওই সার্ফিং করছিলাম, প্লাস ওরা আমাকে ফোন করে জানিয়েছিল। মানে
না 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 আপনি 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 এদের দিয়েও আর একটু বলুন যে আমাদের কোনো স্টুডেন্ট আছে কিনা আরো, মানে আমি চাইছি যে আরো মানে এটাকে করতে, চারটে বেরোলো,
হ্যাঁ
এটাকে
হ্যাঁ
খুব আমি মানে একবারে আমি একজনও মিস যাতে না করে এই লিস্টে। আমাদের
হ্যাঁ সেটা
1,500 জন
সেটাই
আছে,
এখন
ইন্ডিয়া থেকে 1,500 জন প্রায় আছে, তার মধ্যে আমাদের
এখন দেখতে হবে ফিজিক্স কেমিস্ট্রি তো বিরাট লিস্ট আছে মহারাজ,
হ্যাঁ সেই তো আমাদের তো
বিরাট লিস্ট। আমি দেখলাম
ঠিক ঠিক ঠিক
অ্যাপ্লাইড
ঠিক
কেমিস্ট্রি, অ্যাপ্লাইড ফিজিক্স,
ঠিক ঠিক
এমনি
ঠিক ঠিক
এমনি physics। আর একটা আমি জানতাম না এটা যে কি কেমিস্ট্রি কি ফর ফিজিক্স এরকম একটা সাবজেক্ট, মানে
হ্যাঁ 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 হ্যাঁ
এখন এটা কি ফিজিক্স এর কোনো স্পেশাল পেপার কিনা, মানে
না
একটা
ওরা
বই
গ্রুপ করেছে, ওরা গ্রুপ করেছে আর কি, মানে কেমিক্যাল
ওদের
ফিজিক্স বলছে।
রিসার্চের কোনো, হ্যাঁ
না
কেমিক্যাল ফিজিক্স,
কেমিক্যাল
রাইট রাইট
ফিজিক্স,
রাইট,
কেমিক্যাল
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
ফিজিক্সে
হ্যাঁ
ওই যে আমরা এনেছিলাম না আইআইএসসির বিমান বাগচি,
হ্যাঁ
বিমান
বিমান
বাগচি
বাগচি
করে,
এসেছিলেন
উনি
যখন,
হচ্ছে ইন্ডিয়ার টপ পজিশন, উনার কিন্তু কেমিক্যাল ফিজিক্স, উনি অ্যাকচুয়ালি মেনলি
ও উনি কেমিক্যাল, আমি তো ইনঅর্গানিক বলে
না উনি
জানতাম
কেমিক্যাল
ওনাকে।
ফিজিক্স, উনি কেমিক্যাল
আচ্ছা
ফিজিক্সে।
আচ্ছা 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 আচ্ছা।
এই তা এই হচ্ছে
উনি কি
ব্যাপার আর কি।
ইকুইভ্যালেন্ট নোবেল লরিয়েটদের
হ্যাঁ
মানে
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
সমান
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
পার্সেন্ট বিমান।
ঠিক 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 মানে ওনার ওনার যে কাজ আর মানে বিরাট কাজ, এটা এই যে ইন্ডিয়ার মধ্যে উনি লেটের টপেস্ট পজিশনে আছে ওনার ওই
এটা হচ্ছে আমাদের পক্ষে একটা ভালো মানে যে আমাদের কলেজের এতজন যদি স্টুডেন্ট হয়, মানে
হ্যাঁ
যার
হ্যাঁ
জন্য এখনই জানতে পারছি, মানে একটা বড় কাজ।
ঠিক 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 আরো এটা যে আরো আছে, মানে এটা তো আমরা মানে ইয়ে করেছি, আরো একটু সার্ভে করতে হবে, আরো এখান থেকে বের করতে হবে, আরো আছে থাকা উচিত। এই সার্ভে করে ওটা যেটা বলেছেন ওটা একটা গুড প্রপোজাল। দেখি ফিউচার হোপ লেটার্স আমি যখন ওপেন হবে নর্মালি এটা খুব ভালোভাবে করবো। এটা খুব একটা ভালো জিনিস, গুড জেস্টার এটা, খুব
ঠিক
ভালো।
আছে মহারাজ, হ্যাঁ
হ্যাঁ
ঠিক
ভালো
আছে
থাকো,
মহারাজ।
এই ছাত্ররা সবাই ভালো থাকো। ইউজি পিজি ইউজি সরি পিজির দুটো ইয়ারই আছে, PG1 PG2 আছে, ভালো থাকিস তোরা সব, আমরা লিভ করছি।
আপনিও ভালো
মহারাজ
থাকবেন মহারাজ।
মহারাজ
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ বলুন বলুন।
মহারাজ বলছি আমি নিউ অ্যাডমিশন নিয়েছি, তো যেটা নিয়ে আমি বটনি নিয়ে কোশ্চেন করলাম আর কি। তো
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
আমি যেখান থেকে এসেছি সেখানে আর কি বটনির অবস্থা খুবই খারাপ, মানে কোনো ওয়ার্কশপ বা হ্যান্ডস অন ট্রেনিং সিএসআইআর বা বিএসআই এর
আরে
সঙ্গে
হবে
কোলাবরেট করে
হবে
কিছু
সব হবে, সব হবে। তুমি কলেজটা খুলুক, আমাদের বিরাট প্ল্যান আছে, আমরা আউটরিচ প্রোগ্রাম করব বিভিন্ন স্কুলে, তুমি যে স্কুল টুল থেকে গেছো তোমার স্কুলে আমরা যাব, আমাদের টিচারটা যাবে
নিশ্চয়ই মহারাজ,
সব।
থ্যাংক ইউ
হ্যাঁ,
থ্যাংক ইউ।
তোমার এনথুজিয়াম আছে যখন, আমরা ওটা মাথায় নিয়েছি। এই বিশ্বজিৎবাবু মাথায় রাখুন এই সোমনাথ ব্যানার্জির
হ্যাঁ
ব্যাপারটা,
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
আমরা
হ্যাঁ
আমরা তো
হ্যাঁ।
করি, হ্যাঁ করবো এটা আমরা।
আমরা চাইছি যদি তুমি তো আসানসোল থেকে এসছো তো, সোমনাথ বলছো তো? হ্যাঁ, চলে
স্যার
গেছে।
আসানসোল।
হ্যাঁ
আসানসোল তুমি যদি বলো আমরা কিন্তু খুলে গেলে আমরা ওখানেও ভিজিট করতে পারি তোমার
হ্যাঁ
কলেজকে।
নিশ্চয়ই স্যার।
স্কুলে 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 যাবো।
স্কুল কলেজ যাই বলবে আমরা
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
পৌঁছে
হ্যাঁ
যাবো, কোনো
হ্যাঁ
অসুবিধা নেই।
হ্যাঁ, আমরা করবো আউটরিচ প্রোগ্রাম করব স্কুলের মানে টিচারদের জন্য, আমরা করব যারা এইচএস পড়ান, এই আর কি। তাহলে কি আমরা এবার লিভ করি, কি বলো
হ্যাঁ
ছেলেরা?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ